more like a predictions in a way because I don't know what to think. I think defensively, Steve Clifford should get them to be better. I have faith in PJ Washington. If Jalen McDaniels can be anything like, I don't know if they're twin brothers, but you know, the brother is Jaden McDaniels, who's a dog for the Timberwolves. So if he can be that Swiss Army knife, they got that. Mark Williams, they got the center they've needed. I don't know what the fuck to expect from Kai Jones or JT Thor. Cody Martin can play defense. Kelly Oubre can play defense. If Gordon Hayward can stay on the floor, he can be a plus defender. LaMelo Ball, when he tries, is good. Terry Rozier, for his limitations in height and stature, he's all right. Like there's guys that are like, this team on paper shouldn't be so terrible defensively.
Yeah.
Like, look at this size. They only have one guy under 6'4", two guys under 6'7", basically.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's 6'7" or above on this team. This team should not be as terrible as they were defensively. I understand that's why they fired James Borrego. I don't understand why they brought back Steve Clifford. I know they agreed to terms with Kenny Atkinson. It was a shit situation, but come on. Go and get yourself a defensive coach. That's not your old coach.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a playing team here. I would love to root more for Charlotte because I got that Carolina. I'm actually wearing a Carolina hat right here. Or it's golf course in Carolina, but it's Carolina blue. So F you. PJ Washington, I agree 100%. And JT Thor, Kai Jones, hopeful, but might be a little bit longer. Clock's ticking. Time's running out with Melo Ball on your roster. So they should make the play-in tournament. I know they had like a brutal end to last year, and if they didn't have that brutal end, things could have gone differently. But you need somebody like Rozier, super solid. Oubre solid. You need a Book Knight, or you need a Washington or a Martin or a Mark Williams. You need somebody to emerge out of nowhere, or not out of nowhere, but like you need somebody to emerge as like, okay, this guy could be a star. He could be the star we pair with LaMelo Ball. And
I don't mean to cut you off. It just came to my head. Do we include Miles Bridges?
Well, that's the thing, is Miles Bridges like kind of completely changes everything. Like with Miles Bridges, you have a buddy there's your star. There's your star right there.
But no, but the other thing is he going to be the same? Because like let's go back. Let's take it out of paper. Let's go into the human aspect about it. Like I know he's putting in work, but like people don't realize how much like off the field, off the court turmoil that shit weighs on a person.
Mm-hmm.
So like I have like, and do you think the reason why no one has signed with them really is because everyone's like, I don't know what's going on with y'all?
Oh, with Charlotte?
Yeah, because of like the whole Steve Clifford thing and then the Bridges thing. Like it's kind of like it was like a shit show, and like they haven't signed anyone.
Yeah, I mean, it's also hard to get guys assigned with you in general. Like, they don't have much leverage, and they don't have much leverage to begin with. And the whole head coaching and the whole Miles Bridges stuff going on is not, I don't think it would be enough to like say I'm not going to Charlotte, and the Trez stuff, throw that in there too. Like, who knows that Trez is cleared? I don't see this anywhere. No one's talking that Trez is this beautiful free agent.
We spent like 5 minutes looking online and we didn't find anything.
Like, it's just so, none of this is helping them. They're just in such a pickle, man. I think they really screwed themselves with Hayward and Oubre. I think they really screwed themselves.
So I think PJ Washington will break out. He was so much better defensively. He's a two-way guy. Kelly Oubre, he has the scoring potential, but I think Kelly Oubre's peaked. I don't trust Gordon Hayward. Terry Rozier, you know what you're going to get from him. He's a better third option. You'd rather him be a fourth option, to be honest, on a championship team. Mm-hmm. Like, I like Terry Rozier. He's a great player. But right now, like, without the Bridges there, like the 1-2 punch was obviously Ball and Bridges. You were hoping that, if healthy, Hayward, Rozier, and like I don't even know because like we didn't see shit from Kai Jones, JT Thor, James Booknight at all last year. So I the jury's out on them. Like Kai Jones, JT Thor, two lanky tweeners. You don't know if they're power forwards or centers. Skinny ass guys, lanky arms, can shoot threes, but the kind of role players start at most, starters, but I don't see them as all stars. I don't see PJ Washington as an all star, but he could surprise me. I don't see any of these players. James Booknight, I don't even know what the hell I expect from him. He had a bad rookie year at times, and I don't know, man. I just think it makes my brain hurt looking at this roster.
It's a brutal spot to be in, but they can make it work. You still got Melo.
Okay, you want to see? So I'm looking at James Booknight's stats. So James Booknight for the season, you want to hear what he shot? 34.8% from the field, 34% from three, and he played about 9.8 minutes a night in 31 games. So take that with a grain of salt. Now, the best run he had was in December. He played 13 minutes a night, shot almost 41% from the field, 44% from three on 3 attempts a night, assists a game, 3 rebounds, 6.8 points, and in 13 minutes a night. Okay, that's not that bad. That's basically like an 18 points per game score per 36. If I did that math real quick in my head.
Dude, I think out of that, that was a loaded draft. Kai Jones, JT Thor, I think they are role players. And there's nothing wrong with being role players. Both those guys I would.
But how good of role players? Starter role players or off the bench role players?
Either or is fine. Bouknight's the guy. To me, Bouknight's the guy.
It's Bouknight.
I think.
Book.
Yeah.
I used to say Bo Knight.
James Bouknight.
Bouknight. It sounds like he's like, what is it? Michael Bublé.
Oh, fuck that guy. Yeah. Bouknight's solid, dude. It's almost like they Spurs. It's almost like they Spurs them last year.
So, I think Thomas Perry and Aaron agreed with Thomas. They got to make hay with what they got. Like, if you had to put money right now on this roster, who would you say out of the young guys? Let's not include Rozier, Hayward, Oubre, Martin. Actually, Martin can be included. No, Martin can't be included. I think Martin. Yeah, do you think you include Martin? PJ? Okay. Yeah. Martin Washington will be in the young guys. Don't include Plumlee. Don't include Nick Richards. So Kai Jones, Jalen McDaniels, JT Thor, PJ Washington, Cody Martin, James Bouknight. Who do you put your money on?
It's between Bouknight and PJ, 100%. But I'm going James. I'm going James for sure. PJ regressed toughly last year.
PJ was awesome. PJ was awesome last year. What the fuck do you mean?
PJ 2 years ago looked like he was about to be borderline all-star player.
All right, look.
All right. So, yeah, efficiency is fine. All right, maybe how's this? It's not a PJ Washington issue. It was a Charlotte issue.
I agree, but I think the coach didn't help last year.
He has to be starting. How is he not starting?
But to close out the season, I felt like PJ was way better than the start of the season. Like pre-All-Star break, he was averaging under 10 points a night. Post-All-Star break, he was averaging a steal and a block a game, 3 assists, almost 5 rebounds, 11 points. I thought he's like their Swiss Army knife. Like that.
Yeah, he is. What was the minute change pre and post?
Let me actually look.
Because my guess is
5 minutes. He gained more minutes. He went from 25.
They weren't playing him right at all. Because I remember,
and he started. He started every game post All-Star. He wasn't starting.
It's absolutely ridiculous. He wasn't starting. I drafted him in his rookie season Or I had him 2 years ago, and he was so solid for me. And I was so big on him entering this next season. I had to drop him midway through because he was suffering.
Yeah, his second season.
And they're not playing him. It's not even PJ Washington. It's more so he's just not starting. He's not playing.
He's a great shooter. I think, post All-Star break, he started to look more like second-year PJ. But pre-All-Star break, they weren't playing him. Like you said, I agree with that take. So I did not know Jalen McDaniels is going into his 4th season. And his minutes regressed. Jalen McDaniels, but he shot better, but in less minutes. But Jalen McDaniels, when he was playing more, he was another guy. Like they have at the power forward position, which I like, in Jalen McDaniels and PJ Washington, and you can even throw in Cody Martin, is like these little like Swiss Army do it all guys who they can pass, they can dribble, they can defend multiple positions. I like that. But look at this. Terry Rozier, Miles Bridges, LaMelo Ball were the only 20-point scorers. Okay, it goes after the post All-Star break. 20.7 Rozier, 20.5 Bridges, 20.3 Ball. Guess who's the 4th leading scorer after the All-Star break? Kelly Oubre with 11.9. That they had almost a 9-point gap between their 3rd and 4th scorer, and then their 4th, 5th, and 6th scorers basically only averaged 10 to 11 points, and Montrezl Harrell's gone, so don't even include him. So they only have Kelly Oubre and PJ Washington averaging 11. I think PJ Washington can average like 14, 15. Same thing with Oubre. We need LaMelo to average closer to 30. We're just going to assume Bridges comes back and hopefully averages the same stats. I mean, how many years? Is Rozier been averaging 20 for like 3 years now?
Ever since he got to Charlotte.
He just missed, basically 20 since he's got to Charlotte. Basically like high teens, 20, yeah. So also, people overlook how good of a defender like